Hey, what's up, peeps? This is the Green Beanie, the gnarliest cooking vlog around. This week, we have a pretty awesome dish, which is like a fish curry stew, or you can call it Mohinga if you're feeling fancy. But we're changing a few things around like we always do here on the Green Beanie. We're going to add some quinoa and a few other ingredients, so stick around. So you're going to need broth of some kind. So this is basically fish broth, which is made from like having a fish bones and then boiling it a lot on high. But I don't know if you can get fish broth anywhere else, and chicken broth works fine too. Also, if you plan on making the fish broth, take all the bones out first. Like, put it through a sieve. You don't want to eat them. They're not good. They're sharp. So besides from the broth, you only need a few other things. You need seafood of some sort, like fish pieces and shrimp. And you need ginger, garlic, onion, light coconut milk, turmeric, lime juice, vegetables, and quinoa, and anything else I forgot to say that I will address later. And if you haven't seen quinoa before, it's kind of like this grainish kind of thing that you can get in most stores if you're not too lazy to look for it. And if you've ever seen couscous, those two words are pretty much interchangeable. So yeah, look for quinoa, it's pretty gnarly stuff. So then get out a pot thing like this and then put it on the stove at about medium or so. And while you're waiting for it to heat up, take one onion and cut it up like a boss. Gotta cut it like a boss. And you want to get out some garlic and ginger. So this is the pre-crushed ginger, so I'm only using about a teaspoon and a few cloves of garlic. And if you don't have pre-crushed ginger, then you can grate some. And if you try and crush it like garlic, you'll fail. So yeah, put that with the onions. When the stove is hot enough, everything will suddenly go dark. That's good. So you want to put the onions and the garlic and the ginger in the pot and quickly brown them for a few minutes. Because this is the Green Beanie, we're not using that much oil. We're just going to rub the bottom of the pan with some oil. If you've watched the Green Beanie before, you've probably done that many times.
Yep.
Backflip and landed it. I'm so awesome. Ooh, there's a half pot. So you want to take somewhere around 5 cups of broth and add it to the onions and garlic and stuff. Then we have to get 3/4 of a cup of quinoa and just add it to the mix as well. It will expand, kind of. So the quinoa takes about 20 minutes and everything else will take about 15 minutes. So we have another 5 minutes to go before adding some more ingredients. Yippee! Yeah! Woohoo! Double backflip! Yeah! This is so awesome. Snowboarding is really awesome. So instead of completely wasting those 5 minutes, you could have used them to chop up some vegetables. So I took 1 courgette, and you don't want the vegetables to be bigger than this kind of chunks. So 1 courgette, a few tomatoes, and some of these really weird straw mushroom things, which are kind of like bean sprouts, but they're actually mushrooms. So yeah, you want to add them to the mix like they were something that need a lot of adding.
Wee blur.
And when you add the vegetables, you also want to add a few other ingredients. You want a teaspoon or so of turmeric, and you want juice from maybe 2 limes, depending limes usually aren't that juicy. And you want just a little bit of tomato paste, and you want a few dashes of this fish anchovy sauce. And if you've never heard of that before and you don't feel like going out to get one, then salt works too, but this stuff is better.
Yeah.
So we want about half a pound of fish pieces, and they take about 10 minutes from defrosted. And later we're going to add the shrimp because they only take 5 minutes, and we don't want to overcook them because that's the sign of a total noob. So in those 5 minutes you can go flying in the sky.
Yay.
So now we are on to the final few ingredients before this epic recipe is done. So we just need somewhere less than half a pound of de-shelled shrimp. And any other seafood you have, like I have octopus. I'm going to add some octopus just because I'm that awesome. And then we also have maybe a can or so of light coconut milk, and if you don't have light coconut milk, then you can use normal coconut milk, but 1/3 of the amount, and that will make it the same. So in those 5 final minutes of wait time, we can cut up a few green onions like this. Just do it really slowly so that it takes up the whole 5 minutes, otherwise you got nothing to do. So now you are going to be ready to serve. So this will serve about 4 to 5, maybe even 6, depending. And you want to taste it to see if you need to add more fish sauce or something. And maybe if you want to, you can add more broth or water to make it more of like a brothy soup instead of like a chunky soup. And you can add more turmeric or, yeah, be creative with it. And that was your fill of Green Beanie for this week. Hopefully you have seen my other episodes, and if you haven't, you can go and check them out because this is number 44, which means there are like 43 others. As of now, at least. In the future, there will be more because I will be posting one every week. And if you want a new one every week, then just subscribe to the Green Beanie. And that's pretty much it, so stick around and bye for now.